Hello and welcome back, and today I'm continuing on with Pebbley Ruins. So in the last video I finished off year 3, so it's time to go into year 4, and I did quite a bit of expanding out, and right now my money supply is pretty low, so it's time to get into it and just get and show what I've done in the meantime, so continue on. So in the last video I finished off 1 star, and now I'm working towards 2, so we'll see how we do in this year. So this is year 4, and we'll see if I can finish the entire thing by year 5 again. Because the only one that seems to have taken a really long time was Noble Steed, and the rest I've finished by year 5. I'd like to keep that up. Alright, so I've expanded quite a bit. So this was the first expansion here. Here's the dig site that I set up. I have 2 dig sites for my first one, so I'm just doing a little bit of recap. My computer lab, and I'm down to 130 sims. Next year is actually looking pretty good. So this was the expansion I worked on in the summer. So right now this hallway is a bit empty. I'm not completely sure what I'm going to do with this one. There's a chance that I could just delete this whole area here because it's only 4 squares long. Yeah, 4 squares wide. So there's not a lot that I can really do in that one. So there's a chance I can either try and make it go a little bit closer to the wall here, or I might just delete it. Haven't decided yet. So I put in another dormitory. There's a few beds in here. Bathroom, shower, another lecture hall set to be upgraded. Another dig site with just the basics around it. I will need another library eventually. And if I do delete this door, then I could probably expand out a bit more. We'll see. I've also rearranged some of the pillars that were along this area. They ran along about the middle here, just about partway through where the wall is and the dig site is. But I just picked them up and rearranged them, and I think it looks a little bit better right now. That basically covers that, and I will need another student lounge eventually because this one's at capacity. It can only get so big. Oh, one thing I did add that I had completely forgot about is the gym. It's not necessarily for classes, it's for health, so I figured throw one of those in and just see how it helps the students' health. So right now I have 30 course points, and it takes 40 to get up to level 6, so there's no chance that I'm going to get that for this year. Alright, so let us start the next year. Taking in 32 students. Actually, before I do that, let's see if I can get an even 40. So reset the defaults. No, there's no way I could get up to 38 students. So reset that to default. Stick with 32, and yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. So level 5, 32 students. And let us start academic year 2. So we need to get our grades up, excavate 30 artifacts, and get the campus level up 3 more levels, which I think we can do. And, well, not all the loans are taken out. I did repay the 50,000 one, so I do have money that I can access, but I prefer to keep the interest down. So here we go. Start next year. So I have the heat pretty much covered across the board here, and I did a little bit of improving the attractiveness, but I haven't gone overboard putting the posters and the rugs everywhere just yet. That's something that I'm going to work on probably between year 4 and year 5. So they want in parties, so we can't schedule that yet. So you're just going to have to be a little bit patient, guys. Let's turn off the attractiveness level. And the year has begun. Speed up, of course, because why go at just a really small speed? Everybody's getting ready for the year, so they have 3 dormitories to choose from. And right now they're just using the main one, so I don't think we'll have to worry about accommodation rating at all. 35 students are assigned to that one. 20 to that one, and 15 to that one. So a total of 70 altogether. At least for now. I think they're still trickling in. Oh, I didn't set any of the training. So when I get a little bit of money, actually, yeah, but I'm going to wait to get a little bit of money before setting that up. So how's our monthly income looking? 32,000. Excellent. So now we can set the people to get trained. Let's quickly do that. And we'll start with the teachers. So we have a level 4. Let's get you getting inspirational speaking. And the rest are already set. Let's get our librarian up a little bit. And as for the genders, so we're going to add security to you and upgrade security. Let's get the one that has level 3 security to learn something else. So maintenance sounds like a good one. And let's get you getting aerodynamics. Yeah, I prefer, like I said, filling out the 3 slots because it seems to... That way I don't have to go through and pick things later. And I pretty much have it down now, so I prefer just sticking with upgrading one at a time rather than having to go through and pick one, and you get a little bit of a bonus for everything that you do anyway. So let's get your mechanics level up. So that's everybody now set to be upgraded. And we can begin the year. Alright, so there's a little bit of a queue for some of the machines. How much is this one? This is... Let's put one there. That's 3,500. And let's add one more supercomputer if we can. How much is this supercomputer? So let's put the supercomputer there. And the problem was that I'm going to move this back over in a little bit. It's just the air conditioner is... It's something that's a little funny at times where I don't know if it's necessarily perfectly aligned or if it's backwards. Alright, so they can have their party now. Let's start off the year with a good SU party. And that's just a statement. We don't need to see that because we already saw that we were up 3,200. We have an excavation. So right now they're at C's. We have 2 tutor rooms, so we should probably add another tutor room in here when I have a little bit more money. Let's close that out. Alright, so one of the security people have finished training. Now let's get 4,500. Can we repay a loan yet? Probably not, because I have the 50 and 100 out. Let's just check to be sure though. So nope, can't pay that. Unless I take that out, and yeah, that leaves us with 3,500, so at least we don't have to worry about the interest as much. And we'll wait one more month before putting in the other tutor room, because they probably won't get grades until, like, at the beginning you usually get 1 or 2 classes that of the 32 that would start getting grades, but you won't really see everybody have grades until probably partway through the year. It is good to get on it early, but I kind of hate scrolling through and just seeing a whole bunch of people that have no grade beside their name whatsoever. Yep, I was expecting a visitor. There's always visitors. So we're getting pretty close to the B grade. The happiness is fine. Yeah, the main problem is just going to be the 30 artifacts. But we have quite a few dig sites out, so... Ooh, that was worth 40,000. Very nice. Alright, we have enough to build our private tuition room. And we might eventually put in another library, but let's get the tuition room in. Let's make it a 3x3. 4x3. That way it's a little bit more even. Let's put in the desk. Let's put the air conditioner over here. And we will copy one in because we need one for this room. So it's best to just put it in the center. And the only thing we need left is just the chalkboard, which I started putting diagonally so that the room doesn't look so square anymore. And there we go. So we have our another private tuition room. We are pretty good on teachers, I think. I'm going to hire one more archaeology teacher just to be on the safe side. So That one has 2 negative traits. That one has 2 positive, but 1 negative. And that one has 2 negative, 1 positive. This one has research. Research is okay, but it's 20 research skill per level, whereas the teaching is 40% per level. It's not really worth it. That's a pretty expensive teacher. How was this guy? Let's go with the 2 positive, 1 negative guy, and he's level 1. So we'll have to get him up a little bit. And they have another request, another party. So it's good to throw lots of parties, and like I said a few videos back, I was originally putting it so that I would just repeat the party every year, but they asked for different parties, and it starts getting really expensive. If every pop-up you get, you just set it to yearly. I think I was spending probably 100,000 plus on parties in the wizard level until I had to go through and cancel them all, and that was a chore. It doesn't make it easy. So let's see, is there anything we need to upgrade? So we need to upgrade the lectern another level, so let's pour some money into that. And what do they want now? Okay, so they want a better computer lab, so let's get that up. What do we need for that? Let's see. So right now it's prestige level 6, which is pretty good. Let's put in we already have a digital computer. We don't have an analog console, so let's put in an analog console. Let's put that close to the wall. Actually, let's divide it up a little bit. So we had 2 digital consoles and 1 analog, so let's put the analog beside that one, and there we go. So that looks a little bit better. Now it is still level 6. Let's put in an analog server, and we'll stick that one by the supercomputer for some reason. No, I don't want it there. I want it beside a analog computer. So let's put the big clunky looking analog computer all the way over here, and let's put a digital server right beside it, and then we're done with analog. So right there is, I think there is good. Give them a little bit of space to move. So now it's level 7, we hit that achievement, and Jasmine report is done. We didn't do very well on that. Yeah, so I think for the next year, I'm just going to go overboard and put posters and carpets and everything everywhere, because at this point, there's not a lot that I have to expand on, and yet we still have 4 plots to work with. So I can just expand out when I'm finished this level and I just want to go nuts, but until then, I'm just going to stick with the basics to get towards that 3rd star. So another student lounge party. You guys want a lot of parties. And for the next expansion, I'm probably going to put another student lounge in and another student union. I already have the staff rooms. Actually, I don't have a staff room in here. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to get rid of this area because it's just too narrow. And maybe just leave 1 little block out, and then that can be where the staff lounge is, and then leave 2 squares, and then put another room in here. So we'll see how I feel when I get my design itch. Alright, so clear those out. There's just so many mails you get. And I might eventually lower or pull this in a little bit too, because this is a lot of wasted space, and I can either try and fill it with design stuff, but I can put tables and everything in here and make this kind of a food court, and then make this more outdoor themed. So that's probably going to be the change that I'm planning in the next summer break. Do we have any treasures dug up yet? Okay, so the clubs are good. I also added the club signups over here too. That way it's a little bit closer, and then we'll see about adding some more probably to this one here, because this looks like a pretty big lot. And then this one will be more education themed. So I think about that stuff pretty quickly while just waiting for the year to run out. Okay, we can close that out. So we are getting pretty... So let's check the student level now that we've actually finished off the first half of the year. how is everybody doing? So there's quite a few that still haven't got their first grade yet, but we do have some D's, so let's get those D's up to C's or B's. And it's not as many as but we don't seem to see any F's anymore. So just the simple task of upgrading the lecterns can really make a difference. And the C had to go to pastor care, so quite a few C students, and then we get some B's, and quite a few that have A's that are in year 2 and 3, but no A's in year 1. So they start off a little bit crappy, but they get better quickly. So the biggest problem is that right now, I haven't invested a lot into the happiness and the attractiveness of the campus. That's going to be the next year. I'm just going to go overboard, and then if I don't hit the B plus grade on this year, then I'm mostly going to see it in the next year. And then once the 2-star hits, then I don't think 3-star is going to be that far off, because the way I'm expanding campuses now, it really pumps up the grades a lot quicker. Okay, I just wanted to quickly check the loans. So let's repay the balance for this one. And it looks like I'm going to be stuck with this one for a while. I may do the little cheese thing at the end where I just take out the loans, quickly repay the balance, and just not have to deal with the interest there, and then have 250 as well. But right now my monthly profit seems pretty good. So they're not digging up nearly as much. They don't seem to be using the tables a lot, but there's not a lot we can really do with this aside from making the room a little bit bigger, unless we just fill it with these tables. But I wish that there was more to add to these archaeology ones. Maybe in 2-star we'll get a few more items, but I think the items that we did unlock all go to the library, unfortunately. So invasion reports, we were a little bit short. That's unfortunate. But you can't win them all. So the student happiness is pretty high, so the parties really do make a big difference as far as that goes. And I think student happiness is a lot easier than getting the staff happiness up, because the parties just boost everything, and you have 2 rooms to work with rather than just the staff room. And there doesn't seem to be much you can do to really improve the staff happiness. So 18,000 for that one, and 1,000 for that. I wonder if, as the students level up, they get items that are worth a lot more. So we have 4 dig sites to work with, and just hope when we start getting A plus average students, we're probably going to see just the value of everything skyrocket. At least that's what I'm assuming. I mean, as the students get better, they start making it so that money is no problem. Alright, so we need an environmental station. So this is why I made the science room much, much bigger, so that I could easily put more in. So let's put you right beside the air conditioner. And it looks like the air conditioner is kind of a weird direction. I sort of just throw them around when I'm first designing everything. So let's put that so it's even. And there we go. They have their item for the science lab. And our income is pretty good. We have 2 loans already paid back. We're still waiting a little bit. Or sell them for extra cash. Any remaining artifacts will be sold when the campus completes. So I don't really know what that means. If you have to build a new dig site, it kind of phased out a little too quickly to read. So we got a sharpening cart that was worth 1,000, and a bunch of broken jars that were worth 800. And we have something here too. So I guess you could put these around, or you could sell them. I'm pretty much just selling them. But it's up to whoever's playing to decide if they want to keep them or sell them. And the students are inspired. So it doesn't look like a lot of teachers are here. Let's see how we've done for clearing it out. So we still have teachers that have to learn, and the genders all learn. So let's give the other guys a bit of a chance to catch up to the genders before we start resetting that. Right. So we have 1 lectern that's... So we're going to get 3 lecterns that are fully upgraded, And yeah, you can see that I start fairly small here and then just start getting bigger and bigger rooms as I go and more spread out so that they have more room to put things in the hallway, which I'm going to start doing soon. And we have a bookcase club wanted. There's the big bookcase. So let's put you. Where do we have quite a bit of room? So I don't have a lot of room over here, but I don't want to stick everything just in one spot. So let's put it. Can it go right against the wall? Yes, it can. Let's line it up so it's between the buildings. And there we go. There's our bookcase. And that looks good there. All right, resuming play. All right, so another teacher finished their training. And yeah, I like being able to see as much of the campus as possible, like you're a god. And that way you can tell where the little problems are. Okay, another earthquake. Let's get one more janitor going. Ooh, that's a good one. So level 3 maintenance, and where did the damage get done? So let's get you cleaning up this area. Campus level 16 of 18, so I guess we're not going to hit level 18 by the end of this video. We'll probably hit it in year 5, but it's the 30 artifacts that's the big issue. So we still need 18 more, and yeah, they're kind of slowing down on that. I don't remember what we started by. Yeah, so it says the larger the dig site, the better the chance. So I think between years I could expand this out and make this take a much bigger area. And maybe delete one of these dig sites. Well, delete maybe both of them. And then just make one big one along here. And then for this one is a new one. So I don't think they've really dug up that one a lot. But these things here, it doesn't say they really have any bonus effects on them. See, gameplay effects none, gameplay effects none, gameplay effects none. So there's not a lot that we can really add to these rooms to improve it. You could put in a fire pit because that increases temperature and attractiveness, but on a campus that's already hot, there's no way to cool everything down. Oh, we have a request. So they want a plotter. And that goes in the computer lab, so we can easily fulfill that request. Let's put it right beside the analog computer. And 2 other items. So they want an action film, schedule that in. And they want another SU party. Guys, you're just partying, you're a year away. So there we go, cleared all those out. And still waiting on the archaeological discoveries. I also put a few of these archaeological tools around. There's quite a few in this area, and I see the students digging fairly often, but I've yet to see them uncover anything that's like the treasures that you get in the dig spots. So, I don't know if they actually do uncover any of those or not. Yeah, I'm going to want to leave. Well, I don't think... Yeah, if I make this into one big site, then they still have the path that they can go around and down and easily access this, because I don't really see anybody walking between here very often. Right. So monthly profits are pretty good. Can we actually pay back both loans now? Yeah, we can repay the balance, and there we go. So we currently have no loans out. We have about 100,000 to work with. We'll get one more payment, and then for year 5, we can just go nuts with the expanding. I'm going to need another library. I'm going to want to make everything nice and attractive for the next video. So the library can probably go... I think if I make the library take this whole area here, and then leave the door here, and maybe just make a few adjustments, and then I can fit a staff room in here as well, because this is the only building that doesn't have a staff room. And then I'll just work on getting another student union and another student lounge. So complete 3 assignments and train 3 teachers in archaeology. So those are just little tasks that we have to finish as well. Okay, so we're still getting things to dig up, but that one is worth much less. And that one's worth 1,000, so we still need 15 artifacts. And I haven't seen very many come from these dig sites yet. Well, we're almost at the end of the year, so how are our students doing? I probably should have checked a lot sooner. Lowest is D. We're not going to have any failures this year, but let's see if we can improve that year 2 students. So we're already up to an average of a B, but I think we're doing pretty good for this level here. Another lounge party. Jesus, guys, come on, there's enough already. And we don't need to see the opening day report because it always just says, like, we've added 2 to 3 students, and I don't really know what it's doing. Okay, so we will need another medical office. So we have one more here, and I could just duplicate it, but I'm also going to need more medics as well. Alright, so cue the music. And let's skip it quickly because I'm kind of getting sick of the music anyway. We did get 4 awards though: Queen of Clubs, Campus of the Year, Student Choice, and Rising Staff. So we have 40 course points, and we can get this up to level 6 now, which means that... Could we get 40 students? No, I don't think we can unless we lower the fee just a touch. So we have 40 students now. A nice little multiple of 8s. Let's confirm that. Alright, so I have a little bit of building up to do, and the lecterns are both upgraded, I think. Nope, this one's not fully upgraded. So I'm going to want a couple more medics. I don't think that the pastor care has really been a major demand for this one, but the medic comes with a marketing, and I don't really want that. I prefer medic and pastor care if I get anything, but he has 2 negative stats, so let's not get that one. I don't think we need marketing at all for this level. I don't really think it's even a necessary course at all. I'll read up on that before the next video, or sometime soon. It's just marketing. I don't think it's all that useful, and that's not a good librarian. So we'll keep that guy and see if he's in the next video, if he's still available, but we don't need him right now. That's a lot of pastor care, and he is a pretty good one. It's just we need to train him up in first aid, and he has bin blindness, which isn't really that big of a deal because we have plenty of janitors. How are we doing for janitors, though? Let's see if there's any good ones to hire. So we have a level 2 security and a level 2 maintenance, but he's gross. So we'll just skip that one. And alright, so we don't have any people with a medical skill hireable yet. And I don't think we need any more archaeology Oh, we do need one more archaeology teacher. So let's get and check and see if there's a good one here. Iron bladder, weak bladder, bin blindness. So we have 2 decent ones, and one that has negative skill. So let's go with the squeaky clean one. So we have all of our archaeology teachers we need for the next year. We just need another dig site. We'll probably need 2 dig sites. So I'm going to want to buy 100,000 for that one, 75,000 for that one, or 70,000 for that one. Let's put another dig site here, and I might need one more because, well, I might leave these here for now. We'll see when I'm doing the building. But if I build the dig site here and if it fills it, then we'll see. Anyway, that's it for tonight, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.